Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel where today we will be taking a look at the new WZ-1224. So for those of you short on time, here is my quick overview. The 1224 is an Era 2 Eastern Alliance Premium Medium. It has excellent turret armor, poor hull armor, a relatively poor aim time, 5 degrees of gun depression that does sometimes annoy you, but it does have superb shell velocity when you compare it to its Eastern Alliance counterparts. The 1224 is the level 100 Season Pass giveaway tank, so that means it can be yours for as little as 2,000 gold. And for that price, this tank does not disappoint in my opinion. Playing it hull down is very satisfying, and in this very short clip that I'm starting this video off with here, you will see just how effective the armor can be. Well, I say that, look at the minimap, I'm in a bit of a pickle, but let's just say we go down swinging, and it takes a fair bit for them to get through to us. So this is a demonstration of its armor. I think it's pretty good, to be honest. And, you know, for 2,000 gold, for that price, like I said, I don't think it disappoints. Right, let's take a look at the 1224 in a little more detail. Normally, I would compare it to other premium mediums in Era 2, but as of right now, the 1224 is the 17th Era 2 premium medium in the game, and that's just too many for a direct comparison. So what I'll do is I will place it as a ranking system. I will rank it against the tanks, the other 16 tanks around it. So, without crew or equipment, the 1224, excuse me, has 372mm of pen on its standard rounds. That ranks it the second worst, tied with the WZ-1224, both of which only just beat out, well, they don't just beat, they do beat it out by a long way, but the Ignis is the worst penning Era 2 medium. But that's an autoloader with missiles, so that's slightly different. So essentially, the penetration on the standard rounds is, you know, we'll just say it's the worst in Era 2. So yeah, we're not off to a great start. Each round from the 1224 will do an average of 470 alpha, which again ties it with the WZ-122, and that is 7th place. It has 2,750 hit points, which brings it in 8th place, with the M60A1 Rise just above it, and the T62M1 just below it. The top speed of the 1224 is 65 kilometers an hour, and that ranks it 5th, tying this position with 8 other premium mediums in Era 2. So, given there are 8 other premium mediums in the same era that have the same speed, this tank is certainly not slow compared to the other tanks that we have available to us. The 1224 has 490 meters of view range, which ranks it 13th. And finally, it has 408 meters of moving concealment and 377 meters of still concealment, and that ranks it 8th. So, as you can see, the 1224 is not a winner in any of these categories. It is not game breaking, but at the same time, I wouldn't expect it to be, because as we've already said, it is the 2,000 gold season pass giveaway tank, and well, I say it's not going to be game breaking. We have had other premiums for that cost that have been game breaking, but I'm glad that Wargaming haven't repeated that with this thing. The DPM of this tank, the 1224, the DPM of this thing is again another statistic that you might think lets it down. Its DPM ranks it 14th. But despite all of this, I still quite like how it plays and how it feels when you do play it. It does require some patience though when it comes to the shots, because the aim time of 2 seconds is on the slower end. But having turret armor is very, very nice. Playing this thing hull down is exactly what you'll want to do, because it has 420mm of spaced armor at the front of the turret. I'll say that again, 420mm of spaced armor. That's 140mm more than the FV4211. This thing is a hull down monster, but it doesn't feel broken or overpowered to me at all. It feels very nice to play, and with the fast shell velocity, hitting shots at range is much easier than it is in other tanks. Finally then, let's take a look at the economy stats. The 1224 has a 55% silver boost, 15% tank XP boost, 5% free XP boost, and lastly a 15% crew XP boost. There isn't really anything special there. I mean, maybe the crew XP boost that might be of benefit to you. Silver, you know, 55. It's not 65, but hey, 55 is better than, well, anything lower. So yeah, it's the economy stats aren't brilliant, but they're not terrible. So there you have it. There really isn't anything special about this tank other than the turret armor. But I have found this tank to be an absolutely wonderful playing experience. I feel like this tank isn't geared towards... It's not geared towards earning you anything special, but this tank is geared towards the raw player that just wants to experience a vehicle that is slightly unique. And again, the turret armor is what makes it unique. So this is, to me, this feels like a tank for the players, and that is why I like it. And there we go, just finished that game, 3rd place, just under, well, we'll combine that, 6,500, and we blocked 2,300. So there you go. That's for me, that's a pretty average game in the 1224, and that's why I like it, because I can do well in it. Even with the slow aim time, I can do well in this thing. And for 2,000 gold, you really can't go wrong. And I think I do think it's a nice tank, and I would recommend you get your hands on one. So there we go. That is all I have for this one, guys. If you've enjoyed this video, please leave it a like. If not, a dislike. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one.